European War Theater, Vera's father asked his children to sign a pledge. I promise with God's help not to drink cider, wines, or liquors, nor to swear, chew tobacco, or smoke. James Howard helped Vera sign. And some of you may like to look at this later on. That's one of the pledges he made. I have another one. Vera made a second pledge. Having lost a father, friends and neighbors during the Second World War, Vera prayed that Curtis would not have to go to the Second War. In return, she promised to help family, friends, neighbors, and strangers throughout her life. She did, and would have no doubt done it even without the agreement she made. Shortly after Major Tupper was killed at the Battle of Courcelette, near Vimy Ridge, her mother's brother, Dr. Charles McLaughlin, invited Letitia and Vera to visit them in Halifax, just before the Halifax explosion. Little Vera, she didn't tell this story until recently, little Vera was sitting on the toilet when the window blew in. Her mother dashed in and reached for her. "I'm not done yet," she said. "Yes, you are, dear. The Germans are coming and we're going to the cellar." Vera remembered that after the explosion stopped, she was on South Park Street, frightened and crying. Uncle Charlie McLaughlin took her by the hand. "Come along, Vera. You can pass out drinking water." And they proceeded to Citadel Hill to tend to the wounded. A day or so later, she remembered the Valley train leaving the battered city and stopping for hot soup and crackers in Kentville. The ladies came on the train to feed them. She remembered and appreciated this gesture all her life. Returning to the small town of Bridgetown, the four Tuppers grew up farming, gardening, and studying at school. That's the four siblings. Jane summarized this period in her tribute to her mom on her 100th birthday, and there are copies on the outside table for anyone who'd like to see them. She left home at 17 to train as a nurse in Halifax. When in training, she volunteered to go to the horse-drawn ambulance, holding on tight through the streets of South End Halifax. She remembered being chastised for helping a male foreign student stand up on his skates. Holding the arm of a man to whom she had not been introduced was not proper. Graduating as an RN, she returned to Middleton, to the old Memorial Hospital. Soon after, she assisted Dr. Kelly in delivering a baby boy, her sister's second child, and Vera's first delivery as an RN. I think that was 39 years ago. Vera Tupper Hankinson personally had characteristics similar to Anne of Green Gables' Marilla. A strong sense of duty to help others. Her kitchen door was always open to help in Middleton, Weymouth, Crossville Court, even if the fire warden wanted it shut. Even in Mountain Lee, she continued to care for her incapacitated roommate, picking up her toy and pulling on her blankets to tuck her in at night. Vera did not have a boisterous sense of humor. Her smiles and satisfaction came from the resolve to lend a helping hand and to comfort others. On our medical trips to Halifax, Curtis would sometimes express concern. Vera would tell him not to worry. I soon realized that worrying was her responsibility. She worried about Jane getting her several hundred acres of grain combine. She worried about Dave and Lynn understanding wells and septic tanks when they moved to Paradise from Toronto. She worried about Roger and Marguerite when they had to drill a well. Shortly after Vera Curtis arrived at recently opened Crossville Court, Vera used her house maintenance skills by suggesting to the man drilling to put up some hooks that he should move over a bit to avoid the electric panel on the other side of the wall. I confess I know who that was. Vera's Asian eye doctor suggested she wear a hat to shade her eyes. Some of us feel he said peaked hat. Vera was short, it was pink hat. She rarely ventured forth from Crossville Court without her trademark. And some of you recognize this is her second edition. Some of you may recognize it. She wore that pink hat a few years ago in the Mountain League float, entered the Lordstown exhibition. She told us that if she were asked again, she would like to face forward, as she'd like to see where she was going. Vera helped us plant peas when she was 90. She was actually in the garden. And with her friend Kathleen Woodbury helped us snip beans on our veranda when she was 96. On one of the many medical trips we made to Halifax, Aunt Vera confessed to Viola and me that she had been religiously buying a lottery ticket for Margaret Reed and Roger Lees as well. From then on, we each put in our 25 cents a week, but I was to collect any prizes so the Halifax people would not know. On one of my visits last year to Mountain League, Vera saw me in the hall from the recreation room and came out enthusiastically, as she always did, to greet me. I said, "You shouldn't come out. That was the service." And I said, "Don't worry, Jimmy. They're only Anglicans." To Mother, Aunt Vera, Alma, Grammy Vera, and Da, we tip your pink hat in recognition of a long and purposeful life. Well served. Thank you.